In this question, it's given that there are two objects moving towards each other with velocities v1 and v2. What happens after the impact is that the objects, in this case, the two gliders, stick together on impact. And that's the velocity which we want to find. So to solve this question, we will use the conservation of momentum. Momentum, as we know, is the product of mass and velocity. So we will figure out the initial momentum and equate that with the final momentum. So initially, you can see the glider 1 and glider 2, they are moving towards each other. So let's write down P initial stands for the initial momentum. So for the glider 1, it will be M1V1, M1V1. And for glider 2, it will be M2V2. M1 is 1.5 kg and V1 is 3. So let's put that in 3 into 1.5 plus the mass of the second glider is 2 kilogram and the velocity is 4 meters per second. But we need to be careful with the direction. V1 was towards the right hand side, so it is positive. V2 is to the left hand side, so V2 should be negative 4. So M2 is 2, V2 will be negative 4. So we need to be careful that whenever finding the momentum, velocity is always to be put with the sign because velocity is a vector quantity. So that's the initial momentum. Now, finally, it's said that the gliders stick together on impact, which means they are going to have a common velocity. So let's write down final momentum will be equal to, now since the objects are colliding and sticking together on impact, so the combined mass will be 1.5 plus 2 kilogram. So we will add the masses 1.5 plus 2 kilogram multiplied by the combined speed. Now, according to the law of conservation of linear momentum, initial momentum and final momentum are supposed to be equal to each other. Initial momentum, let's simplify further. It was 4.5 minus 8, which if you simplify, you will get minus 3.5. And let's equate the initial momentum with the final momentum. So we'll get negative 3.5, which is the initial momentum. We equate that with the final momentum, which should be 3.5 into V. And if we simplify this, we'll get V is equal to minus 1 meters per second. So the magnitude of the velocity after impact is 1 meter per second. But since you have a negative sign, that implies it is towards the left-hand side. Hence, the answer for this question is part A, 1 meters per second to the left.